Welcome back to another video tutorial for Introduction to Solid Modeling. In this video we're going to cover one of the ways in which we can fully define two-dimensional sketches. First step is to create a sketch, and I will do that by following the procedure I've laid out in a previous video, selecting Sketch and then Front Plane. And for this example I will use a center rectangle. Once I've sketched that rectangle, you'll notice that if I select one of these corners and drag, I can change the dimensions of both the height and the width of it. In the real world, when designing a part, you're either going to have some dimension called out on a drawing, or you're going to have some real world measurement where you know that this sketch needs to be this dimension. So in order to do that, we can use this tool called Smart Dimension. We'll select Smart Dimension, and for example, if I wanted to define the width of this rectangle, I can select this line and it will prompt me with a box in which I can define the length. So we will set that length to 12 inches, and I can do the same thing with the height. I'll just select the height and it will give me the same prompt, and I'll type in the designed height. So now our rectangle has both a length and a height, or a width and a height. Another way we can use the Smart Dimension tool, say if we're sketching with a circle, is I can select the Smart Dimension tool and then select the line that makes up the circle, and I can define the diameter. So now I've given the diameter of the circle a value of 12 inches. One other way that we can use this Smart Dimension tool is by defining the angle between two lines. So for example, say I have some kind of shape that looks like this. And we know, a couple of these angles are already fully defined, but we need to know if we don't have a length called out for one of these, or we're trying to give a specific angle, we can select two lines that make up an angle and we can define them. So I can drag in this direction and that'll give it in one direction, or I can drag this way and give me another. So we'll just say this is a 60-degree angle, and I can type that in and hit enter, and it's defined this angle now as 60 degrees. So now let's say you have all these parts dimensioned, but all of a sudden you remeasured and you need to change one of these. The easiest way to edit any dimension is just to go back into the sketch and double click on that value, and you can type in the new value. That works for angles as well, and it also works for diameter. The Smart Dimension tool will see a lot of use in Solidworks, and you'll be able to use it for various things in the future, but this is just the main way that we define the size of two-dimensional sketches. In a future video, we'll discuss sketch relations, which are another very powerful way in which we can define two-dimensional sketches. Thanks.